Okay. Ooh, yeah. Right ones work. Left ones work.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Some is work. So, welcome to the channel. Today I'm gonna install a heated grips on the Gen 3 Outlander. Here's the heated grips. Never done before, but shouldn't be that hard to install. So let's dive into it. All right. First off, we're gonna take a panel, dashboard panel. So shouldn't be any hard to take off, but as usual, it's not that hard on paper, but it's always hard in real life. There you go. So that's panel. Panel is off, and we also have to take this panel off. We'll take the seat off, set it aside here. So we have a couple of bolts here. Here. There's a couple of them inside. One here inside. Long one. Two on the left side. And it's technically should be off. What do we have in here? We have a USB port charger. So we'll take that one off, set it aside as well. Now we have exposure to the wiring, which we're gonna connect everything to here. So there's harnesses that we might utilize. If not, I have an instructions on the computer. So we figured out a couple of wiring harnesses. This wire harness is your heating element for your the gas, whatever the finger throttle. This is your left hand side, is the one without left hand. It's a right hand. It's a right hand throttle. It's without the handle. It's without the button. And this your left hand is with the button. And then you have your wire harness that goes all the way to your service or scan tool connector, and that's basically attaches everything to the heated hand grips. So first off, we're gonna take a razor blade and Phillips and start taking everything apart here. There you go. Yep, we'll save this part just in case, but we'll have to cut the grips off with a razor blade. That's what it'll tell you to do. And everything, of course, everything's glued together, so you have to cut the glue off and clean it. So we're probably gonna use like a glue gun or something. So it's gonna take a while, but to clean up. But in the meantime, the throttle lever over here, we'd have to cut this rubber off as well. Yes, we're gonna put the new one. So thumb throttle. So that's trash. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And then we're just gonna spend a little bit more time to clean up the glue. Crazy here. Trash. So we clean up some stuff, some glue, and some rubber off. So now we can actually put handle on the handlebar. Don't use any hammers or anything like that because you will damage everything. And there is also a line here that you need to align with a crack on the housing. So try to go gentle. Go away here. So like I said, we're not jamming anything, but we're trying to make it tighter and align with the line. So that's that. You have a, what is this? The hex. Is it a hex? Yeah, number 3. So you basically make it tight right here. Set it in place. Make sure nothing moves. And we'll torque it to the specs. Now I'm gonna put on the other handle on. Same idea, we have a line here. So we're gonna just put it on. This one doesn't have a crack. So basically we just have to align pretty much and put on the same level. Make it tight as well. And it's torqued to 27 inch-pounds. So let me see where it's from here. So I'm gonna make it tight until I feel slight movement. And then I'm gonna torque it. So that's that. The wire is gonna go along the other wires on the handlebar. We're gonna make it tight here. Let's go to the thumb throttle because we just cut the other rubber off. Then we have to put that heating element on it. Basically you put it in like this way and go all the way around and tie up the wires. So let me do that. So we'll put it this way. So position and stick heating element to throttle lever as shown. Is there sticky tape on it? Oh yeah. There's a sticky tape right on it. So you put it right across like so. So we're good here, and we're good put that one right across, and here we go, right there. And we would have to cut this dingleberry off, and just I think you tied it like this so it can have some movement with the zip tie. So make sure when you put it on, you extend your throttle first, and then you make it tight to here, to all the other wires, so it can have some play. All right. So, and then we're gonna lay the harness. Again, everything's been done first time. Never done this before. And all that goes that way, that direction, and all this guys goes here. And then we were gonna connect this guy here. Boom, boom. One there. Black goes to black. White goes to white. And then we're just gonna connect that to a testing terminal, which is right here, like so. And here's your testing terminal here. So that's what we're gonna do. So let me just did some wiring here, and I'll show you the end result. All right, so this is how we wired everything. We basically zip tied it here. The box goes in here, and the wire goes all the way around to the to this part here. So you connect your scan tool connector, and then the other tail of this harness become a scan tool connector. So basically you just hide everything in place in that. Tuck in nicely right there. So what we have left to do is we're gonna just put everything back together. Since that one is fine, just need to connect the USB back. Just put everything in place, nice and neat. Make sure that everything sits correctly. Nothing's gonna be on the way. Let me grab a tool. Well, before we do that, we probably should just test it and see if it works. Okay, shows go all the way to high. So let's check how it works. All right, all the way high. Do you feel anything?
Might take some time.
Yeah, while we're waiting, let's tie up some screws. Grab the rest of them. One long one goes in here. And if you didn't buy yourself a snap-on tool like that with a double trigger, you should. It's not a commercial. It's just observation. It's a really nice tool. Yeah, it has like a couple of settings so you don't over torque stuff. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Right ones work. Left ones work.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Timers work. So yeah, good to go. All right, let's shut it off. So everything works. I'm buttoning up everything up. Seat back, and this is the seat. And the only thing is left is put the panel back on. That could be a tricky one sometimes. Get all the wires under without ripping them apart. That's it. And just bumper. So everything out of the way. Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, there you go. And this is how you install the heated grips on the Can-Am Outlander Gen 3. And follow us for the next videos. Thank you.